How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week. Is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday? Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. This is your boy TraderPrad. To get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Hey, wrong screen. Hold up. Let's go back to the full cam. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of this week. We're gonna walk into Friday tomorrow, Thursday. What a crazy Thursday! My goodness, what are we talking about? The market just went absolutely bonkers today. QQQ with the insane breakout to the upside. SPY was a little bit laggy, a little bit slower, but later on catching up with the QQQs and ripping up. Apple. Do I even talk about Apple here? Apple, what the hell was that today? Insane rip to the north side. Just a straight shot angle up. Almost like a buy program was turned on, and it did not matter if you had any shares to sell, because any seller was just absolutely absorbed, and we just kept going higher and higher and higher and higher. Apple was on a tear today. It was insane watching that stock. Microsoft did pretty decent. Google going to a new high. These are the days that you dream about, right? Usually days like yesterday where the market falls off all the way to the downside off the CPI number, and then it's a dead fish throughout the day. But then today you get a little bit of a stair step up, and then an insane blast off to the north side. SpaceX rocket engines were kicking, and it was at full speed, full force today. It was insane to watch that take place. I mean, opportunities were there. I think part of this is obviously because of Nvidia's resilience. Nvidia yesterday did not go down at all throughout the intraday. Was actually going to the upside. Today, Nvidia again rallying the whole market along with it. Apple obviously being the number 2 of the QQQ basket over there. That also has a pretty good weightage as to how the QQQ is behaving, how the SPYs are behaving. So monster move across the board. So many opportunities. You even had some stop opportunities to the downside, and probably one of the best opportunities that we've seen in a long time on a stock that I've never seen. It's called GL. Crashing to the downside today. Big move. So we'll talk about that stock a little bit. A bunch of stocks that are reporting earnings tomorrow. If you guys know which one those are, you know those are very interesting. Some of the stocks which are at all-time highs. Well, only one of them is at all-time high. Maybe the other one gets into all-time high. We'll dive deeper into those stocks that are reporting earnings tomorrow. Mainly our focus is on what the market might do. Will the market do anything fun going into Friday, going into expirations for options and so on? Do we get some excitement, some fun, especially from what kickstarted yesterday to the downside in pre-market, today throughout the day, intraday? Do we get some sort of another reversal back down on another opportunity, continue to go to the high side into all-time highs over here, especially with how some of the large cap stocks are behaving and so on? So very interesting. for the market. I think this Friday will be fun. So tomorrow, with or without leg pain, your boy is gonna have to limp his ass all the way to work and make sure that I am able to pull some keys. I've been trading from home for the last few days, but the connection from the remote is so, it's garbage. So I can't do that. I have to go into work tomorrow. I think tomorrow's gonna be crazy. We even have a big IPO coming out tomorrow. We'll dive a little bit deeper into that, see if the IPO is anything interesting. Today's IPO was actually a nothing burger, so I'm glad that I didn't trade that at all. I forgot it. But we'll talk about a couple stocks from yesterday's watch list. One of them that I really missed out on. I'm gonna be very upset about this stock when I talk about it. But we'll talk about that stock. We'll go through our watch list for tomorrow. We'll set up for the ideas and so on for the overall market, and then maybe if there's a YouTube video, we'll watch that. If not, then most likely we'll play chess for a little bit and call it a night. But before we start all that fun stuff, let's go say hello to all the wonderful people in the chat. Let's see who's in here today. We got Dieter, TH, Swimmer, Ani, Apple. What's up, Apple? Long time no see. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you guys all had a wonderful day today. Let's see what kind of troll shit Ani has said so far. Lol, what? Oh my god, are you still complaining about your knee? Smack that shit back in place. Alright. That was supposed to say me and Ani killed the joke. Ani is a troll. She's a troll for sure. She's a joke killer too, apparently. In the chat, you can see she kills jokes. Ani, read the room, Ani. You're not supposed to be killing jokes with your friends. Kill the joke, Ani. Kill the joke. And now I'm killing it by overextending.
But why do you have a double jaw? But why do you have a double jaw?
That scared the shit out of me. Wasn't expecting that. It came at the same time as usually it's the other way around. Usually I see it in the chat first and then in the alert. But because of this new donation system, the alerts come at the same time as what it shows over here. So that was a little scary. I've heard of double chins, but why do you have a double jaw? What the fuck does that mean? How do you have two jaws? What? Makes no fucking sense. Ani, that was a bad joke. Try again. Try again. Try again. All right. So why don't we get started with all things in the store for today, starting with the watch list for tomorrow. Here is my watch list, starting with all the stocks that are announcing earnings tomorrow pre-market, mainly the banks. JP Morgan, which is at all-time high, Wells Fargo $10 away from all-time high, Citibank also pretty interesting, Morgan Stanley pushing to the downside today because their wealth arm is getting some sort of a probe by multiple regulators. So Morgan Stanley over there standing out. GL was the stock I was talking about that crashed to the downside today. Big time move on some sort of a MLM scam. Their advisors look like drug dealers apparently, so pretty interesting over here to see what happens with GL tomorrow. Today was a big move to the downside, one of the biggest moves I've seen in a long time on any kind of position. So GL, watching how that one plays out for the next few days. We got ULS coming out with the IPO tomorrow, so we'll do a little bit deep dive, a little bit of research about ULS, and then we basically have the same old stocks that we always do: DXYZ, DJT, Reddit, Coinbase, Mara, the cryptocurrency basket, the semiconductor basket, the Magnificent Seven basket, and the overall ETFs themselves. I also have a little reminder of the economic calendar for tomorrow, but we'll talk about that at the end of the watch list. Before we dive into the watch list, I want to cry a little bit about rent. Look at that. I even have this posted here so I can cry about it. You guys remember from yesterday's watch list, maybe we can, it doesn't look as good when it's a little smaller. I planned this trade out with you guys. We talked about these resistance levels. If you go to the 5-minute chart, you can see how these levels came into play beautifully multiple times in the day. The stock went into this level, resistance, then it broke out. You could have taken that breakout right there, which was yesterday's after hour earnings high. You could have taken that breakout. Insane move through the north side from there. Later on, it consolidates at our next point of interest and then runs up to the north side again. Pulls back to that very same point of interest multiple times, gives you multiple times to get long. Rent small float stock, 1 million float, traded 45 million shares today. Obviously, a lot of people are short on this stock, about 25% short float. This stock absolutely burned every single one of them. It gave them a little bit of a saving grace, I guess you could say, in the pre-market when it started pulling back into $9 or so, and everyone probably got turned off on this position. But boy, oh boy, did they got cleaned out. All those shorts got cleaned out later on. Look at the opening volume on this stock and look at the volume later on this position. So if you weren't using your scanners, you might have missed out on it. I sadly was ignoring all my scanners today. I was just too focused on how the overall markets was doing. Or is there going to be a chance on the market? Is the Apple going to do something crazy? And they did do it at the end of the day. But rent, big missed opportunity. So I'm going to put it back on my watch list right now. Let's go here, get rent's ATR, $2.01, but or 10 cents, sorry, but I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more than that now. It's a little bit more than that. So rent will be pretty interesting to see how this stock sets up tomorrow. But starting off with the top of the watch list, we can come back to rent and visit it later. Let's go to JPM. Now, I forgot to do one thing, which is get rid of all my old lines that I no longer use, and then put in the lines that I do use. That way it saves some time on stream for us. But since I didn't do that today, completely forgot, I was sidetracked, we're gonna do it with you guys. So let's move some of these lines over. That one belongs here. We need one more. For that, I need to go here, grab that, go to the daily chart, and we're gonna bring that bad boy here. Bang. Yesterday's high, which is actually today's high. Yesterday's low, where's that marker? There you are. Yesterday's low, which is actually today's low. And then I need to get two more things, which is last week's high. And that needs to be in white, bold. Last week high and last week's low. Last week's low. Awesome. So now that those are marked out, let's quickly go to the all-time high chart. And that's pretty much all-time high. Last week's high is all-time high on this position, so we already have that marked out. We don't really need to put another fresh line for that. But here is JPM with its earnings report coming out tomorrow pre-market. Usually as banks come out on Fridays, they kickstart earnings season. So Netflix, Nvidia, Tesla, all these stocks should start coming out with earnings again very soon, and the market should start being a little fun for everybody. For the last few weeks or last few days at the very least, has been very boring. But let's see how that fun starts to set up, starting with banks. JP Morgan, let's actually show you the earnings calendar for tomorrow for tomorrow pre-market. Friday, obviously no stocks report after hours. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citigroup, Progressive, that's like insurance, State Street. So here's a couple of the companies. Obviously, BlackRock, $700 ticker. I don't really care about that one. Citigroup, Wells Fargo, JPM, the ones on focus. And JPM, the one of the highest priority because of how insane of a rally JP Morgan has been, especially since that bank crisis thing happened. I guess it was over here when that bank crisis happened. Overall, though, pretty good bounce to the all-time highs on JP Morgan. And we're going to see if this earnings report is going to help them out or is going to push them right back to the south side. So very interesting opportunities over here setting up on this beautiful stock, and pretty sure it's going to dictate a little bit of a move on the rest of these ones, on Wells Fargo, on JP Morgan, sorry, on Citigroup and so on. You might want to also keep an eye on XLF overall, because that is the ETF that owns all the banks in it. So what the hell did I just move over? You might want to keep an eye at XLF, because that's the ETF that keeps a track of all these banks overall. That's a pretty good... Get out of here. That's not what I'm trying to move. That's a pretty good gauge. That's what I'm trying to move. Stop moving the other thing. Pretty good gauge of what the overall sector is doing. So if you're are trying to go long the sector, but the sector is going, or at least a stock in the sector, but the whole sector is going short, make sure that that stock has its own separate catalyst at the very least, and that catalyst is strong, somewhat strong, so it can do its own divergent activities away from the sector. But let's say it is in cahoots with the sector. Let's say the stock is going up, it has good earnings, and the whole sector is also blasting off to the upside. Then that is even more of a reason for you to maybe put a little bit more risk on, put a little bit more skin in the game over there for that position. So watching very closely how XLF will be doing. Why is that color like flat? Is that just me, or is that... Oh, okay, it's just the way it is at the moment. Okay, awesome. Let's go back to the 1 year chart. Wonder why it was like a little off color over there. Anyways, the daily chart, as I was saying about Wells Fargo, this stock is about $10 away from all-time high. We closed currently at $56 today, all-time high at $66, so $10 away. A bank with an ATR of $1, especially Wells Fargo, expecting this one to move all the way into all-time high, or even anywhere above all-time high would be maybe a little cuckoo, a little crazy. But just looking at this beautiful range that we have right now on this position, right into this area, right into last week's high and a little bit above last week's high, into $58.50. If we do burst above that and able to even pull back and show buying above this area, above 57, above 58.50, I'm just gonna throw in a marker for myself over there to be safe. I needed an orange. Awesome. So what is that number? 58.44. I'm just going to put 58.50. If we are able to get above 58.50 on Wells Fargo, if the earnings report's good, if the sector is booming, then I would love to look for that breakout through that area, or any sort of pullbacks and holds of this area would be awesome to look for to get to long into. I think there'll be some good opportunities. You've seen how previously the stock on earnings day could give you some trades. Whatever happened on that day over there kind of kickstarted a whole new activity for Wells Fargo. So maybe you want to see how that anchor VWAP is behaving. Right now you can see how that anchor VWAP bounces right off of today's low. So pretty interesting. You want to see if this buyer is still active tomorrow, and then tomorrow's earnings VWAP will still make its own little dictator as to what new catalyst is a higher priority, if it's this catalyst or the earnings catalyst. Pretty good level over here on JP Morgan setting up. I like it. Wells Fargo, we have that all-time high pretty much you're watching. If it's able to go through $201, then maybe there is some bigger opportunities there. Well, JP Morgan's ATR is actually almost $3, so could give you some better opportunity, a little bit more volatility. If the ATR is 3, if the stock does bring an extra R vol, maybe you get a $6 ATR, maybe a $5.5 ATR tomorrow for us to play with. So watching how JP Morgan comes out, not that I'm going to go out and expect that $5 ATR because it's an earnings day. Overall, usually you get some extra ATR moves on these stocks on earnings, or extra catalyst based days when the volume comes into play with it. So watching how JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and last but not least, Citibank also coming out with earnings report tomorrow, but a little bit of lower priority for me than Wells Fargo and JP Morgan. In fact, higher than Citigroup in my opinion is Morgan Stanley, and we'll talk about that very quick, with them getting probed by multiple, I love saying that word, probed, with them getting probed by multiple regulators. Not really a good indication over there for them. Might be, maybe they're doing something illegal, maybe they're hiding money on the books, whatever it is. We'll be interested to see how JP Morgan, or not JP Morgan, sorry, Morgan Stanley is going to come out of that. But until that dust settles, we're going to probably get some opportunity to the downside, regardless how of the overall sector is doing. So you got to remember that Morgan Stanley going down could actually impact the XLF sector, because it should be a pretty decent size of the XLF sector. Let's go to ETF.com, type in XLF, get our, stop it, XLF, and where are the holdings at? Holdings. There we go. Holdings, top 10 holdings. Morgan Stanley is not in there. Okay. So 9% JP Morgan, 8% Visa, 7% MasterCard, 4% Bank of America, you got 3% Wells Fargo, S&P Global, okay, Goldman Sachs, American Express, and BlackRock. These top 10 basically take up 54% of the ETF. And of JP Morgan, which is pretty much 9%, the second highest rated over here. If they come out with a good earnings report, this might move the ETF higher. If Wells Fargo comes out with a good earnings report along with that, this might move the ETF higher. Actually surprised that Morgan Stanley is not in the top 10 over here for the XLF holdings. So this one should not give you too much problem on the ETF side tomorrow. That's actually a pretty good news. Pretty good news overall. So keep a watch for Morgan Stanley, but there is no barometer for it at the moment, I guess. I would still watch XLF for that barometer. However, Citigroup is the one that we're talking about right now. Pretty decent levels. Not really too exciting. I think Citigroup could easily get stuffed back from 64 to the downside. This one's ATR is also about $1, almost like Wells Fargo, but it doesn't really have that same range as Wells Fargo where it's been consolidating in. That's why Wells Fargo sets up for a beautiful long, especially if we break out through these areas. Can you go there? Especially if you break out through this area, because whoever has shorts in this area, they're going to have a stop right above this little high. And once we burn through that high, that extra oomph, that extra juice that we want to see for the long will pour in. And that's why Wells Fargo is kind of higher in priority tomorrow. I don't even want to put in notes for Citigroup right now. So I'm going to leave Citigroup alone, but make sure that you are kind of keeping an eye out for it in case it gets a little active tomorrow, especially off the earnings report. The next stock, same sector. For some reason, all my colors are duller. Am I going blind? Why are all my colors duller? Me no likey. I don't like it. Okay, Morgan Stanley, let me quickly put in the last week's high and last week's low, although I don't think it's going to come into play at the moment at all. We're not going to need it at all, but I'm just going to leave it so the next time I have to paint them, I really don't have to worry about it. I just move them over. But this is the weekly chart. Go to the daily chart, and maybe we look at this little bottom right now. I want to mark this little bottom right there on this stock. Morgan Stanley, I think we have a little bit more room to the downside, up to $83 right now. Not the previous earnings anchor VWAP, but the earnings anchor VWAP from before that, from October 2023 is where we're kind of pushing into $83 or so. So we'll be interested to see if the stock can push into there tomorrow and then maybe see some bounce coming into that level. But if we don't hold 83, then there's more doomsday events coming into Morgan Stanley. So watching how the stock behaves on the way down, and then on the pops, I'll be watching if there's any pops getting sold for us to join the momentum that kickstarted everything today on that news catalyst. So if you go to the 5-minute chart, throw in an anchored VWAP from exactly when this kind of started, that is going to be a pretty interesting point of area for us to keep an eye out for. If that selling comes in right back at that anchored VWAP right around, which is right now at 87, where is that? 87.22, so somewhere around 87.50, $87.20. If resistance come in over there, I'll be interested to short the shit out of Morgan Stanley tomorrow. So we'll be fun over there with MS. Now, a little bit more fun stock, Rent the Runway. Absolutely bonkers yesterday. Today. Missed that opportunity. I cried about it already a little bit. I'm not going to cry about it more. But let's look out for opportunities that could maybe set up tomorrow, as clearly the stock wants to hurt the shorts. Ladies and gentlemen, the shorts are getting absolutely burnt. Here is the gap down that the stock has had. That was in September 2023, the gap down. Now we basically hit the high of that gap and kind of pierced a little bit above it. We got the gap closing coming after that, and then more of a crazy squeeze, especially if swaggy stocks, especially if these Wall Street kids have been picking up on rent, then I'm surprised they did not. They will pick up on it tomorrow. They didn't pick up on it. That's surprising. Okay, but I think they will very soon. This is 45 million shares traded today. It's a 1 million float. Their earnings report was whatever, a little fugazi in my opinion. But, you know, the shorts are 25% and a lot of them got burnt out today. Maybe we burn out more, looking for any sort of pullbacks into some of these levels. Some of them levels actually got respected a lot today, especially this one over here into $16. So watching if that $16 low can get held again. Under 16, I'm watching that 14 area, which was exactly that earnings after hour high. So watching that 14, watching that 16 on the way down. If we don't hold 14, then I don't think there's really longs on the stock tomorrow. So you might want to be very careful. But anything above 14, in my opinion, will be worth a shot to the upside. But that doesn't mean that you preempt, like, you know, just blindly go long on the way down. You wait for the stock to go down, show you a bottom, and start curling back up. It's okay if your price is a little shit, but you make sure that the bottom shows up before you start going long. Otherwise, you're just gonna pay for it. So make sure that you're being careful, apply proper risk management, you know, make a playbook, play the playbook. So rent the runway. Absolute crazy stock at the moment. We'll be interested to see if this one goes bonkers tomorrow again to the upside. Right now, I'm only interested to see if we can buy the dip for a long-term move. Not long-term, sorry, for the long side trade intraday. So I'm not really thinking about shorting it. I can clearly see what the story is to the shorts. I don't want to be that part of the story at all. But the part of the story for the short side that I do want to be involved in is GL. GL, absolute crazy move to the downside today. I mean, what the hell is going on in this company? Clearly, I'm thinking it was, well, I know it was a short seller report. I don't really read the report myself, so maybe we could actually use our good friends over at Benzinga here, but really, I'm not interested. I mean, what am I going to dissect from that report that the market doesn't already show me on the chart, right? The market clearly has shown me what's the most important thing right now, and that they're going to sell the crap out of this position. From $100, how long has the stock been here for? For a long time, right? For a long time, we've been coming up to this north side. That's almost the all-time high. And then just an absolute hit piece coming into play, dumping the stock to $38. Sorry, let me correct myself. $38. This is the 2020 low, and this is a low a little bit previous than 2020. So multiple year low coming into play. This is what? 2016 lows coming into play right now on GL. Absolute fraud, apparently, some sort of a multi-level marketing scam company. So you want to be very careful. Last time we've seen a company like this come out, I think it was Herbalife. Herbalife was talking about how they're not a multi-level marketing or how they're not a scam, and eventually they got smoked to the downside, right? So this could be something in that basket of stocks of interest that you might want to keep an eye out for. I'll be watching this. Keep in mind though, the spread is going to be insane on GL probably. I don't know. I haven't traded it today, so I don't really know, but the spread's going to probably be insane. That stock could also be halting on the way up and halting on the way down because of how crazy it went down today. But tomorrow, maybe it doesn't actually do all that halt craziness. It does maybe give you a little bit of opportunities to trade it smoother. That's the word I want to use over here. A little bit smoother tomorrow. So we'll see what happens on the opportunities over here. I want to basically look for any pops that come into play to short into. I'm not looking for a long tomorrow. Granted, the stock will be on SSR day 2, but any type of opportunities for a pop into, you know, somewhere over where today's VWAP is, somewhere around $67, $70. If we pull back into 67, 70, I want to look for shorts there. I don't think we go all the way back. What the? I don't think I want to go all the way back. I don't know if you guys heard that, but the TV from downstairs just was so loud all of a sudden. $85 over here coming into play on the first dip. I don't think we go all the way back there. That would be too crazy, especially after how the stock moved to the downside today. So any sort of a pullback, I want to see selling coming into play. It looks like this little consolidation where the stock broke down from, that could be another point of interest for selling. So maybe if we go there, show me a curl from there, selling from there, I'll be interested to join the downside. So GL, keeping my eyes peeled for this one. The next few stocks that I have are not really too interesting. I'll do the charting for these stocks myself. I won't really waste your guys' time on the stream on these ones, but I'll point them out to you. It's going to be ACB, Tilray, and CGC. No real opportunity that I see at the moment. I guess ACB is actually setting up pretty well for a little bit of a breakout. This multi-day high, giving you a breakout past the 750, 760 to maybe that 888 top over there. A lucky number in China, so we'll see if that 888 high comes into play on ACB very soon, especially on the CGC tomorrow. CGC, however, is going to be the main culprit. They're going to have a shareholder meeting vote for more dilution. So if CGC gets diluted, more downside for CGC most likely afterwards, and then ACB joins the party with it. Tilray already kickstarting the party from the earnings report and pushing itself back down. At the moment, ACB and CGC are kind of relaxing. They're not really doing anything, but I think they will join the party very soonly to the downside. So I'm just ready, finger on the trigger to short through the downside over here on CGC and waiting for ACB to come back down also. But if you're looking for the long side, keep your eyes peeled. You might be able to maybe buy the dip once they come back down. I wouldn't suggest it though. I wouldn't suggest it. The next stock, DXYZ, not really a trade at all. Something that I'm watching, waiting to see how the stock behaves for the next few days, next few weeks. We'll see how this one behaves. At the moment though, big down move after hitting that 105 high. So some of the brakes have been pumped on this stock, the same like DJT. The brakes have been pumped on DJT and on Reddit, all of them pushing back down. Reddit today making a pretty good rally up later on in the day, not bad, good job Reddit. But DJT pushing back down, volume really dying down on this position compared to the last few big candles over here. But we're waiting to see if the buying can come in around this 29.30, but not really a high priority for me tomorrow. The higher priority stocks for me tomorrow will be those Nvidias, Amazons, and Apples, which we'll talk about very soon. Going down the watch list over here, we're now at Coinbase, Mara, cryptocurrency based stocks. So those stocks, hello, what the hell is going on my Discord? Those Coinbase, Bitcoin-based stocks, as I mentioned, the Bitcoin halving should be next week, Friday. So next week, Friday, will be a little bit more interesting. Also, it doesn't really matter until Bitcoin really takes out that all-time high, in my opinion, or under 60K properly. So until we're in this range, I'm not really making a decision on stocks like Coinbase, Mara, Riot, GBTC, or any of these positions. I'm just going to sit back and relax and wait. And when Bitcoin breaks that all-time high, an easy breakout on IBIT through the all-time high, an easy breakout through GBTC over here, all of them set up, you can just kind of smash these trades to the upside. So I'll be very patient, and when those trades come into play, I'll be ready with my buying power, baby. Let's see what the chat's quickly talking about. Prad is still out there looking for their office of DXYZ. I am. If anyone in Austin lives in Austin, please let me know. I have some investigative work for you to do for me. Coinbase, like you said, TH, is indeed going to the upside. Coinbase making a little bit of a rally here. I did get to see it on a quick glance, but not really too interested until Bitcoin starts taking out that all-time high. Blast into that all-time high. TraderPrad making so much money caused the second jaw to form. I still don't understand what that means. Victoria, hope you guys had a great day. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, I had an awesome day today. Monster opportunities today. Pretty good day for myself. I think it was actually one of my PRs in the new office. My best day in the new office. So that's pretty great, but not my best day ever. I've had way bigger days from today. But one of my best days at the new office. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go. Dieter is back from work. Dieter, let's go. What are you doing, brother? How you doing? GL went up 15% in after hours. Yeah, but that's just shorts covering. That's not like, you know, the stock getting now into a long, or now it's no longer a short because it went up 15% after hours. Look at the volume of the stock throughout the day compared to the after hour volume. Very insignificant, almost doesn't matter. It could just be shorts taking profits. it's really insignificant what the stock does over here right now, because what it did over here is the big story. So maybe if you kind of throw in an anchored VWAP, there's almost no volume over there. Throw in an anchored VWAP, well, we already have that one, which is the orange one, and see how that behaves tomorrow. You want to see the sellers best average price. The people who are painting the chart and making the chart look like this, their average price right now is at $67. I'm kind of rounding it up because I'm not really paying for the data packages on TradingView, so it's not 100% accurate. So let's say a range of $66.50 to $67, maybe even give it up a little bit to $68. So $67 to $68 is their average price. Now, if you, let's say, sold 10 million shares of the stock today, you went short 10 million shares. The stock volume today is 36 million, but you went 10 million shares and your average price is coming back into play and the stock is now going above it. If you haven't taken any profits yet, how would you behave when the average price comes in? Would you sell more? Would you go short more? Are you taking more short entries? What is this person behaving like? And that's the whole study behind anchored VWAPs. Shout out to our friends at Alpha Trends. He wrote an amazing book about it. You know, understanding the idea behind the VWAP. What does the VWAP tell you? What is it indicating to you when you look at it? And understanding from this point for me is very important. I want to see when this person who painted the chart like this. Same thing with Apple, or maybe not even Apple. What was the stock that I was talking about earlier? Was it Wells Fargo? Yes, Wells Fargo. So if you go to Wells Fargo, you can see how this day was clearly an outlier day based on every other day for the stock. The candle ranges are small, very, very small. And that day was a big volume day too, an outlier day compared to the last, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So almost 3 months of non-activity, a big volume candle, a breakout through that range, and a kickstart of a whole new activity to the upside. So that is pretty important to me. So I threw an anchor VWAP from there, and you can see how that kind of comes into play right there. Another example, Meta. This one kind of makes a little bit more sense to most of you guys because this one is from earnings. Previous earnings, the latest earnings from Meta. We've yet to properly trade under that anchored VWAP for Meta. Every time we go in there, we find buying, we find buying, we find buying. So I want to see when this person stops buying, how does the stock then behave? Does it have another kickstart event? Maybe the next earnings catalyst and so on. So that's the idea of why I use anchored VWAPs, to kind of get an understanding of how their average price, when their average price comes into play, how did they react? Because I know when my average comes into play, how I react. Either I go a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more crazy, I believe in my trade more, or I get scared, I start covering, I start taking profits, and that's why those pockets are some of the most interesting areas to keep an eye out for. But since we did come to this area of our watch list, let's talk about it. Meta, all-time high, getting very, very ready to do what Amazon did today. If QQQ can continue its rally that it kickstarted off at 1 o'clock? Was it at 1 o'clock when QQQ started going absolutely bonkers? When the rate numbers came in. So I told you, watch for the econ data. The econ data is very important. 1 o'clock today were the bond numbers. You had some other numbers such as jobless numbers and the PPI numbers, which kind of helped the market a little bit. 830 PPI, 830 jobless, and a couple other numbers later on. And then in the bond numbers absolutely boosting the market to the upside. So maybe a continuation of that rally. Before that, we want to see how the economic calendar looks tomorrow. Do we have any interesting things? We got 8:30, a bunch of 2-star events, but I want to look for 3 stars. No 3-star events, so only 2-star events. Okay, 8:30, export price index, import price index. So export import coming at 8:30. 10 o'clock, we have the Michigan inflation number. Sometimes these numbers do move the market, sometimes they don't, but it's always good to see when these numbers come out. It's everything coming out at 10 o'clock from Michigan, so that'll be a good time period to see how the market moves at that point. We do have the Fed members coming on, but that's a little bit later on, almost into the close, so almost irrelevant, but something to keep an eye out for. At 2:30, you got Fed member Bostic on the microphone, and then nothing else really all the way into the close. You got Daily on the microphone also. So 10 o'clock and 8:30 really the only time periods. 10 o'clock number is not a high priority, but maybe a little bit. So maybe just what the bond numbers did, the PPI and the jobless, ignoring the CPI completely, we're going to rally right into the all-time highs, right into last week's high and the all-time highs on the QQQ, and that should allow the market, the market should allow stocks like Meta to do what Amazon did today, which is take out the all-time high itself. This is not Amazon. What Amazon did today, which is take out the all-time high. Beautiful rally to the upside. I actually took long on Amazon today. Had some beautiful longs. Let's see if I can remember what my positions were. I think I got long somewhere here first. Then I added on this area. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. It was over here. Yes, it was over on the breakout of the pre-market high. So on this little candle, I started building into the trade. On the pullback, I added more. On this breakout, I added more. On this pullback, I took some more, and then I kind of started covering in this areas over here. Overall, I think I had the top tick exit. Did I have the top tick exit? I did not, because it went a lot higher. I had the top tick exit over here, I promise you, but later on it went a lot higher going into the close, so I guess I did not have the top tick exit, sadly. But beautiful trade for myself on the Amazon long side. Was anticipating the move to the all-time high, and then a break through the all-time high with the way the market was going was almost a no-brainer. So enjoyed that move on AMZN. Let's see if AMZN can continue giving us some rally over here, especially after pulling back into the previous all-time high, which was around $188.65. So let's say 188.50 to 188.60. I want to see that area hold on any sort of a pullback, and if the market keeps rallying, Amazon through here, through the today's high, which will basically be the new all-time high, for another rally to another new all-time high and keep going. Google kind of joining that basket over here too. Google going through its own all-time high and continuing to go to the upside. So Google, very interesting. Their 3-day seminar is now finished, so let's see if their AI craziness, which I didn't hear anything about, no articles, nothing, if there is some traction over here for Google maybe go higher. Will be very interesting. Now Meta, however, that breakout on Meta is way more interesting for me than on Google. Google obviously having its own interesting move off whatever, but this stock, with the way that this stock is traded from the last earnings report till now, not able to break that earnings anchored VWAP a single time, and right now consolidating beautifully right before that all-time high, right before that last week's high. Very, very interesting for me to see what Meta does tomorrow. It is going to be probably the highest priority, especially if the market is blasting off. I think this stock should blast off along with the market. The all-time high right now is at $531.50, so watching how that number comes in when we do push up. Meta to the upside. Blast off, buddy. Microsoft, did you break your all-time high today? No, but you are kind of looking like Meta over here. So Microsoft could get a little spicy itself. $431. Is that... Yeah, $431. So Microsoft could get a little spicy itself. Watching MSFT at the same time. Obviously, you know we're watching Nvidia without a doubt. Nvidia going into... Did it actually take that 900 today? I know we were at 890 at one point. But did it take 900? It did take 900. We're at 906. Almost back to last week's high. Almost back to all-time high at this point. Fuck it. Why not, right? So Nvidia, you're obviously watching Nvidia every single day with its ATR of $35. The stock keeps on giving you insane opportunities. I just can't grow the balls to make a trade on Nvidia. If you are like me and can't grow the balls to make a trade on Nvidia, you could trade NVDL, which is a 2 times leverage ETF long Nvidia. So it actually had a split today. They had another split today. No, that was recent, not today. That was on yeah, okay, that was recent, not today. So NVDL, very good liquidity, I guess decent liquidity over here. Used to be a $200 position, now it's a $41 position, so it should be even more fun to trade this one. Keep an eye out on this if you don't want to trade Nvidia because a $900 position or because it moves too crazily or whatever, right? So you can watch NVDL. On the reverse side, if you want to short Nvidia but you cannot because you have a cash account or once again you're scared to do so, you can trade NVDS, which is a 1.25 times leverage ETF, but to the downside. So every time Nvidia goes down, this one should go up, and every time Nvidia goes up, this one should go down. So you could basically go long NVDS to go short NVDA. So keep that one on watch. My dad today actually mentioned Netflix. He said Netflix earnings report coming up very soon. It's next week, Thursday. So earnings report, obviously, earnings season very spicy. Starting from tomorrow with all the banks. We'll see if Netflix can kind of break out of this last week's high and start rallying a little bit back up. We do know that they are trying to involve a little bit more of the sports industry by streaming that boxing match with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul that's happening in June, July or something. So it'll be interesting to see if how many more subscriptions come in because of that, but that's a little bit far out. I want to see how many more subscriptions came in from the whole lower tier subscription with ads and so on. Ad supported subscription base. Are a lot of people signing up for that? Are people still sharing subscriptions? Are people still getting cracked down on subscriptions? So how's all of that setting up on Nvidia? How's that daily active number at the end of the day? That's what the only thing number is. How's that subscriber count? Is it growing? Is it lowering? Are they basically showing growth at the end of the day is the only thing that matters. So with their earnings report coming up, you guys know how I don't like to YOLO. My father asked me if he should buy some shares over here just for that YOLO opportunity. I don't like it, but anything is possible over here on NFLX right now, making a beautiful range between last week's low and last week's high, exactly like Microsoft and Meta. So if you're interested for that breakout opportunity, you could look for Netflix, but I think Microsoft and Meta are setting up for a better breakout. They have better liquidity, and they don't really need a catalyst to kind of give you that juice through that north side if the market's going up, whereas Netflix might need that. So Netflix not really making that cut for tomorrow, in my opinion. Last but not least, Tesla. Let's see where Tesla is. Tesla, yeah, I don't think Tesla really makes the cut for me tomorrow in terms of, looking for that all-time high breakout type of setup. Microsoft and Meta and Amazon and Google and Apple. We almost forgot Apple. Apple's insane move today cannot be ignored. So you want to watch how Apple behaves. I mean, that low holding for so many days gave you a little bit of a failed breakout, false breakout, nice little volume pump. Apple talking about how they're going to be refurbishing their some of their Mac computers or something. Apple and AI arms race now, trying to catch up with the whole AI craziness. So obviously a lot of good news coming in. They already said they're going to go focus on AI and did they say anything else? Did they say robotics? No, but they say they're going to focus more on AI and no more cars and so on. So a little bit of a good move over here on Apple coming into play. Let's see if this rally can continue and not stop in its tracks. So let's see how Apple behaves tomorrow. That's basically the watch list, the most important stocks for tomorrow right there. Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft, the overall markets, QQQ and S&P 500. QQQ almost back to all-time high. S&P 500 a little bit shy, a little bit weaker than QQQ, but pretty good rally on itself today. Without the overall sector and the Magnificent Seven, we have Rent and GL. Rent an absolute short squeezer and GL an absolute short printer. So two opposite spectrum trades over there. We also have Morgan Stanley kind of in the downside basket, joining that downside move recently. And then we have the earnings basket tomorrow, JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citibank. So pretty good list of stocks. We should have some opportunities, even if the market does nothing. We should have some opportunities tomorrow. So I'll be very excited to see how Friday closes out. Friday also being an options expiry day. It should be some fun activity. I hope. I pray. Please. Prad is still out there. I already read that coin. I already read that. And the safest short on board is still Boeing. I shorted Boeing today. And it sucked. It sucked. I shorted Boeing today. It sucked. So yesterday's low, right there, I took the yesterday's low short. I should have actually maybe gone short right over here. Failure to take above the after hour pre-market high and right into this consolidation low kind of being now resistance. The previous support acting as resistance. Could have kind of maybe looked for a short there. Even back through yesterday's anchored VWAP, we could have looked for a short there. Wasn't really watching it at that point. However, after it broke yesterday's bottom, I got my alert triggered. So I was watching it. On the pullback, I got short. I took some profits. I added. I took some profits. I added. Then I took some more profits, and then I got stopped out. So overall, I basically went flat on that trade. I didn't really make money, nor did I lose money. But I'm just saying it sucked because it didn't go much deeper as much as I wanted it to. It just bounced right back up. So that was sad. But you know, you're not wrong in the idea that the safer short right now is Boeing. It's clearly wanting to keep pushing to the downside. But I think the safer short tomorrow is GL. On any sort of pullback, GL. On maybe even Morgan Stanley. So BA does not make the cut for me tomorrow. Maybe it does. Maybe I'll sneak it into my watch list later on in the night. But right now it does not make the cut. Fuck Boeing for tomorrow. Boeing did also drop for like insane amount of days. So obviously it had to have a little bit of a nothing burger day, I guess. It's gone down 7. Yeah, it's gone down 7 days in a row. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9 days in a row. So almost 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 days. That's pretty crazy. Game over. Yeah, for you. Bye, hater. So that's the watch list. That's the important stocks. Let's. I also already talked about the economic calendar, so we don't have to talk about that. But we do have one more stock on the watch list to mention. ULS. ULS coming with the IPO tomorrow. It's supposed to be about a $900 million IPO, but we are seeing it now kind of scale down to $700 million IPO. By the time it opens tomorrow, it probably scales down even more to a $500 million IPO. So the point is, it's gonna get absolutely boring. So like what PAX was today. PAX was the IPO today that I was kind of getting a little excited for on stream yesterday, but I did mention we'll only get excited if the stock opens up at like $30, $35, because then I think there's a good short to the downside, because I didn't really like what I read about this company. But ULS might be a little bit of a different story. That stock was supposed to open at $20 to $23 with 19 million shares. Its market value was, it was also 5 billion, 3 billion actually. Almost the exact same story over here. So what does this company do? Let's go find out. US Solutions is a global safety science leader that provides independent testing, inspection, and certification TIC services and related software and advisory offerings to customers worldwide. Our history dates back to our founding in 1894 as part of a non-profit underwriters electrical bureau. As the largest TIC, I guess certification service provider headquartered in North America by revenue, with the global network of laboratories, we provided a comprehensive set of product safety, security, and sustainability solutions to more than 80,000 customers across 110 countries in 2022. Our distinguished heritage and our long history of operating at the forefront of safety science enables us to achieve and maintain more than 650 technical accreditations and 83 commercial software solutions, and to remain active in over 1,300 standard panels and technical committees globally, which underpins the expertise we offer to our customers. Furthermore, we offer 450 independent third-party conformity assessment services around the world and are capable of testing and certifying against over 44,000 global standards, which afford us vast insights into the safety of products across a wide range of end markets and geographies. We offer our customers global markets access service that help them ensure the safety and quality of their products, while also supporting their efforts to manage the broader risk they face throughout their product lifestyle. Did you guys understand anything from that? I mean, obviously part of that fault is probably me reading it out for you, but they didn't say what they do at all. I guess safety, certification, electrical bureau. So, like what, you do something with electrics? Like light bulb? Dinger 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 ding light bulb? Like what do you do? You've been founded since 1894. Longer than my mom and dad's age combined, probably, over there. And you're just now IPOing? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. So, pretty question mark as to what this company even does. Did not understand at all by reading that. What do you do? Transportation lighting? It's like an internet security? So they're a certification company who offers certification on underwriter laboratories. Whatever that means. So it's a certification company, an overglorified company at the end of the day. Then in that case, all you do is you collect money from people, you test them, and then you certify them. Hopefully you do it in a good way where people get provided in decent services, because apparently that's what you're claiming you do. But overall, very confusing over here. Do they actually make money is now the most important question over here. So let's go read some things. Okay, total valuation 5.5, 5.69. So very in line with the valuation over there. That's actually a good thing. That's what you want to see. Their market cap and their valuation is kind of in line. So it could be dead fish. Could be like, oh, this is a really good company. We've used this company for X amount of years in my life. They're opening up at a pretty good valuation price. I'll buy it. That could be also a reason why the stock could go crazy tomorrow. So very interesting over there. UL Solutions has a total of 200 million shares outstanding. One of my buddies did a little bit of a research. They have it in a little bit of a weird way. A class, B class, the voting class, and the non-voting class. The non-voting class has about a little bit of more shares. Whatever. You don't really need to know all that part, but they have 200 million shares overall being offered, 28 million shares being offered to the live market tomorrow. Return on equity 24%, return on invested capital 16%, taxes paid $66 million in the last 12 months. Margins, gross margin is 48.61%, and operating profit margins coming in at 14 and 10%. What's that 10%? Profit margin, gotcha. Operating and profit, got you. Cash flow in the last 12 months, operating cash flow was 421 million, and capital expenditures at 200 million. So giving them free cash flow, that's pretty good. Okay. Balance sheet, the company made 457 million in cash, or the company has, 457 million cash and 648 million in debt. That's actually not that bad. The company we saw yesterday that was IPOing had $2.8 billion in debt. So this is actually not that bad at all. This is pretty good. These numbers are looking better and better for me right now. But the fact that you've been, existing since 1894, 1896, whatever the date is, this is not that great, right? Maybe some of the COVID situations kind of impacted, the lack of jobs, the lack of people working at places, the lack of people needing certifications might have hurt them a little bit, but this number is actually not that bad. 191 million in debt for companies that are making billions in dollars, that's nothing. In the last 12 months, UL has made a revenue of $2.62 billion and earned about $280 million in profits. So That's about a year's worth of money for them to wipe it off with. So they're not worried about that. Okay, US Solutions does not appear to pay dividends. Analyst forecast, stock splits. Obviously, we don't really know about all of that information because the stock hasn't IPO'd yet. From 2022 to 2021, 2020 to 2021, we've had about 9% increase in year-over-year revenue growth. But from 2021 to 2022, a little bit of a decrease over there. You could kind of blame the increase from COVID giving you that bump and then kind of normalizing over here. Will be interesting to see what the 2023, 2024 numbers come in. Obviously, the stock with its IPO tomorrow, originally supposed to be $900 million offering. Now it's only apparently a $700 million offering. By the time it opens, probably a $500 million offering by the time it gets priced in at, or it could get a little bit higher tomorrow. So it will be interesting. That'll be depending on where the stock opens at. So if it opens up at maybe at $30, $35, there could be an indication that there is some interest in the stock tomorrow at these prices, especially if it dips off the open into these prices tomorrow. Will be very interesting. Keep in mind that this stock doesn't open right off the bat tomorrow at 9 o'clock, or sorry, 9:30. It will open maybe around 11, 12, 1 o'clock, like PACS today opened up at 11:05. So this stock could open up somewhere around 11, between 11 to 1 o'clock. So you want to be ready, locked and loaded for that opportunity to come into play. Where's my page? Right over here, UL Solutions. So very interesting IPO so far. A little bit better than what the IPO looked like yesterday. Once again, that company PACS was $2 billion in debt. This one's only 191 million, but you've been existing for such a long time. I'm surprised that you haven't gone public yet. So why are you going public now? Is this your way to exit out of that company? Usually IPO is a exit. Companies IPO so the investors and founders can exit the company. Usually they get bought out, and investors and board of investors come and push out the founder. Usually that's what happens, but that's also a way for them to exit. They IPO, they get bought out, they sell their company. This is a form of exit. So I'll be very question marking everything that'll be happening on ULS tomorrow. But if the indication of the upside comes in, I am ready. So another stock getting added to the high list priority tomorrow. And that basically, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of all things stock market that we wanted to talk about. Now, one little quick shout out to, I guess I shouldn't say shout out. Yeah, it is shout out. Shout out to Stock Market News, which we're going to use him. What do you mean? Did you delete the tweet? There we go. We're going to use him to find maybe if there's a little bit more importance. Ooh, UX Steels will hold an extraordinary shareholder meeting to vote on the buyout from Nippon Steel. So US Steel over here will be pretty interesting. I'm just going to highlight this real quick. Open that. And I have to do this real quick. Open that from the image. Open that from the image. Where's my editor? Hello? Oh, there it is. I want to highlight this so I can send it to my buddy. Trading floor, post it in there, and then close this, and then okay. So Nippon Steel, which is basically XN, the Japan company over there, the merger getting voted on 10 a.m. University of Michigan. We kind of talked about that already, and the Federal Reserve Bank president Daly will be talking at a fintech conference at 3:30. We talked about that too. So basically, that's basically all she wrote for this week. Thank you to Stock Market News, and last but not least, rest in peace to O.J. Simpson. Rest in peace to O.J. Simpson. He's been acquitted, and now he gets to go rest in peace. I hope, at the very least, rest in peace forever, in heaven, in hell, in purgatory, wherever he goes, as long as he's peaceful, enjoying the rest of his life. Cancer got everybody's name on it these days. It's got everybody's name in its mouth, and it's getting everybody. So yeah, sad. Another legend. A legend who I guess kind of got trolled into not being a legend anymore. Sadly has passed away. Thought it would be kind of funny to use his if I've been acquitted kind of image over there for my thumbnail today. Hopefully you enjoyed that face swap. But yeah, rest in peace. Prayers to him and his family. Prayers to everyone involved. Let's see where you guys are in chat before we start playing chess for the rest of the night, because we're not gonna go to sleep before we get a win, and us getting a win is almost impossible at this point. My mental in chess is destroyed. Destroyed! Dollar index futures over 105 gives me a pause. Ooh, yes, that's I mean, Treasury Reals dollar index, probably a good thing to watch when you're using, when you're trading futures, when you're trading markets. I like ADD, and tick to watch Volt. I don't really know how to read Volt, but I'm looking at it. I'm learning from it. Nippon Steel, US Steel buyout can save it from insolvency, but didn't Biden say that he doesn't want a Japanese company buying out American companies and all that other stuff over there? So I think they want like an American company to buy out American company. So maybe we will see a block coming in. FTC might come in and block the trade over there. We might see some sort of a forced merger. Maybe they get bought out, maybe for dimes on the dollar. So anything is really possible over here for our friends over at Nippon Steel and US Steel. So X will be pretty interesting to see how that one moves tomorrow. Who else is here? The most stressful part of the day, chess. Indeed. Even trading is not as stressful as chess is, and that's why we're gonna go real quick and take a little session break. You know what we're talking about. So I'm gonna leave you guys with some dank diner music while I take a quick little session, and I'll be back. All right. Who's ready, chat? Who's ready, chat? You guys ready? You guys ready for glory, for victory, for honor, for respect, for Sparta? For Sparta. It's a good beat. It's a good beat for Sparta over here. All right. No. I don't want to play right away. Puzzles first. What the fuck? Why did I just sacrifice 2 of my pawns there? Or 2 of my rooks? Why don't I make a better play? Like, why is that worth it? So I get my rook eaten, I take his rook, and I take his other rook, and I get my rook eaten, and I get his horse. Like, I guess I'm up a couple points, but why is that a good play? Now overall, I only have a bishop and a horsey, while he has 2 fucking bishops. I guess I have a lot more pawns technically, so I'm up in numbers. But why is that a good play? Why is that a good goddamn play? I'll move my mic or my face. You know what? I have an idea. Hold up. Duplicate. Will it work? Let's call this chess. And if I move this one... Wait, if I go here... Oh wait, man, stop with the fucking everything. Okay, stop. If I lock this here, will it lock it on chess too? It does not. So I can move this here, and I can have them as separate layouts. Woo! And now anytime we play chess, I can go to this layout. Wait, am I on time? Oh my god, I almost got scared. I thought I was playing a game. I'm on puzzles. Big brain! Big brain! Big brain! Okay. But now I need to add it to my stream deck. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. If I remember to. But this is pretty stupid. What that puzzle was stupid. Nonsense. Yuck. Hey, puzzle 700, chat. 700. Our rating's not even 700. Actually, I beat 800 rating computer by myself yesterday in the first try. No cap, no kizzy. No all facts, no printer. Man, I don't know what these kids say anymore. God damn it. I'm not young like these kids anymore. I went back below 300, by the way, because I've been playing and I've been sucking absolute donkey dicks. The Alakine defense. Is that what I'm playing right now? Is that what it says what I'm doing? Okay. Okay. What do I do here? If I go here, I'm not really attacked. So I would like to go here then. But then I would lose my buddy here. So I go here. Then I bring up my buddy here. And then I open up these files. Then I can castle this boy. And I can check that boy. Only move you got is back there. Or you block yourself. Now how do I attack him? Let's castle first. Worry about the rest later. Right, Dieter? Castle first, worry about the rest later. Time to bring out the other horsey. You're in play, little mama. Maybe I should have brought him out and brought him here instead. But he hasn't opened files a little bit. I don't know what your plan is over here, buddy, with bringing that here, but okay. Good luck. Love to see what you would do with this. Oh, I should have just probably done this here instead. That was pretty stupid, but whatever. This opens it, but he's got over here. Probably do this if he doesn't do anything with this, and I'll threat him. Because this is pretty safe. I'll be stupid to do this because I would lose that. So I'll move this. Yeah, perfect. So now you have to go here and lose nothing, do nothing. You would die, you would die. Okay. You gotta bring out your queen here now to protect it. And if you do, I'll eat you with my horse. And if you don't move that, it dies. If it goes there, basically dies. And I have defense from here. So you can't bring your queen. And if this goes here, it dies. If this goes here, it dies. Rest in peace. Thank you. Nine 900 IQ, chat. Now you still lose your horse no matter what. What are you gonna do? That? Okay. 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 You can do that if you want. We can let you do that. Is my dog crying outside my door right now? Oh, I'm so scared. You're gonna threaten my horsey, you dumbass. I got that right there. Now you guys have no defense. You got no defense. You're an idiot. You're an absolute moron. Oh no. I'm a moron. I'm a moron. Please don't see it. Please don't see it. Thank you, J Lord. Aww. Oh shit, I forgot to move my queen, didn't I? I forgot to move my queen. I was supposed to move my queen because I got a freebie earlier. And I forgot to move my queen. I'm an idiot. Fuck, dude. Okay, this game just got interesting. Why does this always happen to me? That was a good move. What is this guy doing? I need to bring him out. Bring him out, mate. Bring him out, mate. Come on. You're a bitch. Oh no, he's gonna die here 100%. I just wasted him. I thought I was being smart, but that's not a good trade. That's a horrible trade. Now I'm just throwing my game away. I love it. Hopefully I win on time here. Saw your bullshit from a mile away, buddy. I'm gonna win on time most likely here at this point. You fucking rat. Now you have nothing. I'm gonna wipe you one by one. Juan by Juan. No mercy. All your pieces are mine. You piece of shit. You want to fuck with me? You want to fuck with me? What? How do I end the game there? I was trying to bring the other rook over here. What? How's it a draw? I still have more pieces. What am I watching right now? I just wasted 30 minutes of my day? So shouldn't that be a win for me, not a draw? How do I win that at the end there? Why does he want me to move that guy out here? What do you want from that guy? What do you want him so badly out there for? Yeah, that one I recognize. That one was a miss. I guess he wants him out for the rook, but my rook already castled, so... Okay, we don't need all this. I only care about the win right now. Move here. Okay. This continues a checkmate threat. This is a way to win away over the knight. This move leads to checkmate, but you could have had gotten there faster. This wins a knight. So basically the same thing. Okay. But instead of moving one over here, I could have just gone here and threat the horse. Okay, gotcha. This move puts the knight in a safer square. Also threats that rook. I move the rook away. The rook is safe. Okay, good. Move this over one because he's still... Oh, I should have done that. And then I could have had him. And all he does is goes one over. And if I bring this one over, it was game. wasn't it? So if I put this here, the only way he could have gone is anywhere is here. Then I go here, but then he can go here though. Man, that's bullshit, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, oh my god indeed, chat. Oh my god indeed. Laugh it up, laugh it up. Ha 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 ha. Right, if he goes here, he takes that, I take that, he comes here, I'm kind of fucked. So why would I put this here then? Oh, I have the queen backing him up. Okay. I have the queen backing him up. Oh, should have went for the castle. I'll go for the castle right here. I swear to God, if you move that one over, I'm gonna be so pissed. Okay. You bloody bastard. Come on, Prad, we can do this. No, Daddy, he just needs to learn how to play. Nya, 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 nya. You're like that annoying little sister that I never wanted. Okay, that was mean. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I apologize. That's a lie. I fucking meant to hurt your feelings 100%. I hope they're burning. You motherfucker. I just lost this game, chat. I hope your feelings are burning like my game just did. No, you're playing the game. That might have been my out, honestly. That draw might have been my out, but I might lose this game now. Resign. Resign. Give me my win so I can be done. Inshallah. Yes! Alright, you know what? That wasn't a real win, chat. Let's be real. That wasn't a real win. He wanted to leave anyways, and I think he just threw his queen away. He threw away his queen. That wasn't a real win. Oh, I should have defended him, huh? I'm making that horsey dance, boy. Dance, horsey, dance. Dance, horsey. Dance for daddy. He's so pissed. He's so pissed. He's so pissed. Dance for daddy. What can we do here, chat? How can we make the horsey dance? Dance for daddy, horsey. Daddy likes to see you dance. This guy's gonna have to give up that fucking horse. I'm not quitting until that horse dies now. You motherfucker. Alright, good job. Good job. But now my whole board is fucked. Yo, this is the most fucked board I've ever had. On God. Okay, what's more important? Defending the horse, which is not even in threat, or defending these two who are not even in threat, or bringing out my other people and kind of opening up my ranks a little bit? Maybe we cover some ranks. We defend these two with this guy, open up some rank. Is he in danger by putting him here? Not really. Okay. How's everyone doing? Find up after. Come on, man. You gonna make me dance now, mother? If I go here, he's gonna come down. He's gonna make me dance again, doesn't he? Dumb fuck. Make that like and subscribe. I think I got this one in the bag, chat. But if you guys are ready for this show to get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. I think I got this one in the bag, chat. That's a fair trade. Fuck it, I get two of his. He gets one of mine. You stupid fuck. I want you to bring this here, please. So I can go here, then take that. Thank you. Oh, fucking asshole. Why do my games always go to this point? Always. I hate it. Moron. Always. Moron. What am I watching right now? What is wrong with this guy? I'm flabbergasted, chat. Flabbergasted. This rat fuck, dude. Fuck you, buddy. Both are awful, says Diego. I never said I was good, Diego. Never said I was good. The longest endgame. This guy's just trying to get out of it by asking for draws. Nobody. Now this is gonna take me an hour. Watch this shit. It's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. Now how the fuck do I get this checkmate off? How do I trap this guy? Is there no win in this? I don't think I can win this. I gotta send him in this corner somehow. Get down there, dumbass. Go down. Down, please. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit, dude. No, the game bullshit. It should give me the win because I bested him. Game sucks. Why do people play this trash game? Let's go! Oh my god, a clean fucking win, dude. A clean fucking win. Woo! Let's go. After those two horrible beats where I should have won both of them, let's be real. I told you, I have a big problem at the late game. I really don't know how to play late game. I struggle with, like, when I only have 2 rooks or just like 2 bishops, 2 rooks, and that's it. I struggle. But this was a clean ass victory. 19 steps, wipeout, annihilation. Woo! Clean. All right, we deserve that. We deserve that, especially after raging and almost breaking my whole stream setup over here. Well, not my stream setup, but my stream decoration from Rage. Oh, that was something. We had to go through some aggression. Like Dieter said, the hardest part of my day is the chess I play at the end of the night. I'm glad you guys were there throughout that whole journey. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But more importantly, the important part of the day or important part of the stream where we talk about the market, the stocks, and so on. You are ready for all things JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and all that other fun stuff. Even Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft, the most important, probably large cap stocks in my opinion tomorrow. Maybe Google and Apple too, you want to remember those. So couple stocks over there, just a couple. And the market also very fun at the moment. So we'll see what activities come into play. And don't forget the IPO tomorrow, ULS. If there's some activity there, we'll have some fun with that one too. But keep in mind, I do not stream tomorrow, sadly. So today is the last stream of the week, and I will see you guys Sunday. I'll see you guys Sunday for a recap of everything next week that's in store, all the earnings such as Netflix and so on. We'll dive deeper into all that fun stuff. So very exciting week coming up next week. I hope you guys are ready. I for sure am, and I wish you guys a very good luck tomorrow for that market session. It's gonna be a little spicy, hopefully. We don't want no dead fish activity, so let's get some good activity on the market, some movement, some volatility, and we can have some fun with it. You guys get a good night's rest. I'll try to do the same. I'll try not to play more chess and throw my rank away. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Have a good night. TraderPrad out. Adios. Magnificent 7 also had a pretty good day on themselves today, so pretty good moves across the board. Tech basket get destroyed. Get ready for trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. It might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow, as you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.